Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today we're going to do a little unboxing and inspection of the new sliders that came for the Tacoma. You may have seen in previous videos, they've been kind of sitting here, at least one of them. They shipped in 2 different shipments out here in the garage. That box and everything looks pretty good. This is how this shipment came. You can see it's kind of ratty. It's split open. What a shitty job Toyota did packaging these. Hopefully nothing is damaged. I'm going to open that one first. And hopefully there's no hardware that was inside that fell out somewhere, so now I don't have what I need to install them. We're going to find out. Okay, let's take a look, see what we've got here. Hopefully we don't have problems. Hopefully. This is always the trouble with getting stuff shipped that's heavy like this, because it's always a concern. And fortunately, look, there are, or is, the bag of hardware, so that's a good thing. Just looking at it briefly right across the front, I'm not seeing any problems. The hardware is taped inside, so that's good. They must know, right? Otherwise, why would they spend the money? Anyway, there's the hardware. Looks like 1,000,000 bolts. Maybe not quite 1,000,000, I don't know. But hopefully that's all the hardware we need. Now, let's lift this thing up on the table over there and take a closer look at it, just to make sure that nothing is damaged. They are pretty heavy. I will say, I would guess this is probably 30 pounds, maybe, something like that. And here we have these lovely ends. This has a little bit of a, maybe nick. This is where they pound them in. Not bad, not great. You wish everything was perfect, but we don't live in a perfect world, I guess. All right, looking at it from the back, everything here looks pretty good, I think. Now, let's flip it over. Nothing too bad there. I don't see anything anyway. Here's this from the other end. You can see a little scrape right here, and this is from where they actually pound the damn thing in. I'll touch that little spot up there with some touch-up paint. Let's see up here. Everything looks good, so it's really just this little area here that I need to, I guess, give some attention to. I'll lay it back down so it doesn't fall off my table. Now, let's grab the other one. I'm going to do the same thing. I've lost my knife. Here we go. Let's pull this one over. And we're going to have a look. This one can't wait to come out. And you know, do you blame this on the shipping company or the manufacturer, the shipper? I would always blame it on the shipper because they should ship these things so that this kind of stuff does not happen. Now, we do have the bolts there. That's good. Although they had fallen off of the packaging. Not horrible, but nonetheless. And here's the instructions. Not really all that complicated. This actually is just a lift instructions. It shows you where not to lift from on here, and then it shows road or off-road jack only all along the front, so you're not supposed to lift this on either end. Good to know, I guess, if you ever need to lift. Now let's see about getting this one out. Since the hardware should all be the same, it doesn't matter, I don't think, which bag you have. Now, let's set this one over on the table. Do the same thing. I want to see if it has any damage. Hopefully not. I love it. This is supposed to protect it, right? A thin piece of junk plastic. All right, here's where, this is a manufacturing fail, I think. It's where they pound these ends in too tightly and they split the rubber. Not uncommon. I have seen that on other tubular type devices before. This one looks pretty good. Let's check, I guess, the underside. And that looks pretty good as well. All right, so I don't see any big problems. Fortunately, just these little things. I'll have to cut that off. I'll probably contact Rough Country, I think, or Toyota, I'm sorry, or somewhere, and see if I can't get a couple more of these ends, one for this one and one for that one to put on, because I want them to be perfect, at least from the get-go, right? So they look good. So the next step is to install them on the truck, and that's what we're going to do next. Real quick, before we get started, I wanted to see what the weight difference is, or what these things weigh, particularly as compared to the Predator side steps, which are pretty light on the truck. So I weighed one of each, and the results, more than I thought. The Predator side steps are 11.5 pounds apiece, or 23 pounds. The sliders are 51.5 pounds each, or 103 pounds. So I'm adding really 83 pounds to the truck or so from what the Predator side steps were on the truck before. In other words, the total weight of the truck with the Predator side steps, I took the Predators off, put the new ones on, added 80 pounds. Not too bad really, and it is split between each side, but nonetheless, just something to be aware of. All right, I've got one laid out down below, you guys can see, and I couldn't help but already put a couple of screws in because it's just that easy. I used a creeper, you know, one of those things you sit on and roll around the garage to hold it up. It's almost exactly, almost the perfect height to do this, so made my life a lot easier. I just balanced it on there and then rolled it under. Pretty simple, right? So let's take a look. I'll show you the screws. There's already holes in the frame, and this does bolt right to the frame. The only thing that concerns me, this bracket here has 3 holes that you're, I think, supposed to bolt into, but the hole that's on the frame up underneath here is not threaded, so you really can't obviously bolt into it, but you can here. I don't know that that's really a problem. We'll see. We'll see if I have any bolts left when I'm done that indeed that's the case. Maybe you're not supposed to. Otherwise, as you go on down, you see these big robust brackets here. There's holes behind each one, I hope. I haven't really checked every one. And you should be able to bolt right in. And I would recommend using an impact for this with an extension so that you can reach through to the bolts. Much easier to do than trying to wrench it with a socket, I think. You can see the long extension here. That'll reach right up to the bolt that is right through there, up on the top that you can see there. Otherwise, the bottom one won't be a problem either. So we're going to go ahead, put the rest of the bolts in, and tighten them up, and then we'll take a look. The angle is not right yet because, of course, it's not bolted in. But should be pretty simple to do. This is, after all, just really a bolt-in mod, so shouldn't be any problem. I am finding that the threads for the bolts, I'm not going to say they're off, but they're not really turning exactly as easy as I would think a new bolt should in a hole. But again, I don't really think that's any kind of a problem, but you do need to adjust it a little bit, it looks like. These holes, or this hole, seems to be a little bit off. So I need to push it forward a little bit. Hopefully there's room to do that because it's not lining up perfect on the frame. Now, I probably do need to lift it up a little bit. So anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to go through and bolt all these on, and then we'll take a look at it once I'm done. All right, I am all finished. It probably took me let's see, about 3 hours plus to do this, and it shouldn't have. There was a bit of an issue on the passenger side, and maybe it was just me, I don't know. I put the front on, and then as I was going down, the second bracket, the hole didn't line up. And when I took the front out and put the second bracket back in, the front didn't line up, to the point where I managed to strip a screw. So it would go in only so far. I cut the screw and only put it in as far as it would go. It's not really a big deal. There is another screw in the front. And speaking of screws in the front, the bracket or the slider itself has a spot for 3 bolts right at the front. One of the holes, at least in the off-road or my truck, is not threaded. There's nothing in it. It's just a hole. And I didn't see any way to put a nut in there to go ahead and screw into. I may look at that again. It's not really a big deal. I mean, any pressure you have is going to be pushing up. So that bracket sits underneath the frame. So it really shouldn't even matter. I'm not worried about it, but just something to be aware of should you decide to do this yourself. That was the passenger side. Then I went to the driver's side, and what a breeze. I would highly recommend, if you decide to go with these, and these are the OEM rock sliders, by the way, they're from Toyota. I'll show you the part numbers here in a minute, and I'll leave a link if I can find one. But I did the driver's side second, started in the front, left the bolts as low as I possibly could and still have them threaded in a little bit, and it was a breeze, piece of cake. The key is to sit something underneath this. I ended up using my creeper like I showed you with a hunk of 2x4 under it. Gave me just the right angle, the holes all lined up. I used an angle screwdriver, I think that's what it's called. I'll show you what that is here in just a second. And it probably took me 15 minutes. So really, this mod shouldn't take any more than probably half an hour, maybe an hour if you're really taking your time, and that's it, unless something goes wrong. I love the looks of them on the truck. It's exactly what I was going for. I did not want any kind of a step. A lot of rails or sliders or whatever will have a built-in step. I didn't want that. I wanted something, just a straight piece to go down the side. And one benefit I get in this, I guess, is it kind of hides that pinch weld a little bit because it sticks up in the air. Now, if you focus on it, you can certainly see it. I mean, it's right there, right? If you got something else, I don't know, that fit right against the truck, and I think they may have something like that, you could hide it all together. But this is the look. This is what I was looking for. At 50-some pounds a piece, they are pretty stout. I have no doubt that these would be able to deflect rocks and things, which is what they're supposed to do, right? Or you slide across the rocks. I am going to be interested to see if they'll knock off any of the potential for stones flying off the front tire to the back. In other words, they'll hit that as opposed to the paint in the back. Could be a side benefit, I don't know. The angle screwdriver I was talking about, I have this one. It came from Harbor Freight. It's awesome. You gotta have one of these if you're doing this, because you have to reach up into a little cavity and screw in the bolts and the nuts and all that stuff. Let me tell you, this thing is a lifesaver. I did the passenger side by hand with just a regular socket. Don't do it. Get yourself one of these. They are awesome. That's it. That's the mod. Here are the part numbers in case you're looking maybe to do this yourself. You do have to buy two. There is a right and a left-hand side, and it's denoted at the top. This is right rail. This is left hand short for short bed, and this is right hand short for short bed. Again, I'll leave a link to them if I can find one for you guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. An improvement on the truck, particularly over the Predator side steps. And I'm really talking more about appearance than use. Obviously, these are not steps. You do not step on them. And by the way, one more thing. When I'm getting out of the truck and into the truck, they are tucked under just enough or in just enough that they're not in my way. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.